Hey guys, this is Imperio, and this is a tutorial on how to build an ender farm. So to start, you'll notice I am in the end, even though I use netherrack. That was just what I had at the time. The biggest thing to remember with an enderman farm is endermen are capped by the number of hostile mobs in the area, so you need to be very far away from the main island before you can even build the farm. About 150 blocks should be enough. I usually do closer to about 400 just for good measure. It also means that if other people build things, you will be well away from them and not competing with them for the spawn cap. On a default server, there can only be 70 hostile mobs spawned at a time, and you'll hit that pretty quickly with an enderman farm. So the thing to remember when trying to kill endermen, I'm just going to turn my volume off because it is excruciating with the endermen. They have 40 hearts of health, and we are taking them down to 1 health. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to let them fall. Now they'll take 1 fall damage per every block they fall, minus 3. Since they have 40 health, that means a 43 block fall would kill them, so we want them to fall 42 blocks. And if we do that, see, 1 hit and they're dead. And it's a nice efficient way to kill lots of endermen. And I'm going to show you how to build that. One thing to note while we're down here, this would all be valid enderman spawn area, so make sure it's well lit. Light level of 7 or above. And as you can see, I have 7 above everywhere. Also, we'll look at my Y position while we're here. I'm at level 49, so that means that the endermen are landing on level 50. That's important to remember because that's how we're going to decide how far they're going to fall. If they're going to fall 42 blocks and they're going to hit level 50, that means they need to start falling from level 92. So let's go up to my already mostly built enderman farm and see what we have. Right here, you'll notice they get pushed off by the pistons. The pressure plate kicks off the repeater, which has the piston knock them. I use glass or some other transparent block on the sticky piston because you don't want them to take suffocation damage by being hit. Also, it's multiple levels, so since they're going to be falling and we don't want them to take fall damage, we use ladders the whole way. So they safely fall down to about there, and then boom, they take damage. Keep in mind this will also kill a player if you're not in excessive protection capped armor like I am. And I will go over some other time how to get the proper armor. But I recommend when making this you want to have at least 1 piece of armor enchanted with feather falling or protection, because both of them will protect against fall damage. You'll notice on the way down I have these individual levels. Each one of them is big high enough for 2 blocks. That's because endermen need a 3 block high zone to spawn. So they can't spawn and they can't get stuck on any of these. They're stuck falling all the way through. You can make it solid, you can make it every other. I chose to make it the fewest I need to be able to fit them. So every 3rd block going up, and they're stuck in a little sideways tunnel. Now it doesn't matter how big we make it, end to end, because it's just the same thing getting repeated over and over. So this is up in the 20s, I've made them as small as 10 across. Now remember when they're spawning, they cannot spawn on transparent blocks. So up here where it's very dark, they could spawn on any solid block. That's why I use glass on the sides, and my top level has these handy little half slabs. They count as transparent blocks, so the enderman can't spawn on them. Now just to demonstrate the construction for those that can't see from looking at the build, I will build 1 short bit of a row right now just to demonstrate. Now you notice when I'm not building I leave a bunch of half slabs on the top. That's just there so that I don't have to worry about spawns, and I'll remove it just to save blocks. So, endermen need a 3 high space to spawn, and they're spawning on those pressure plates down there. So if we look at the size, we've got 1, 2, 3. So their head's going to be spawning right where that cobblestone is, so we don't want anything blocking there, but we might as well build the next level up just to be nice and compact. we need a block for the pressure plate, a block for the repeater, and then another block for the repeater to power. This bottom block I just put there to help with building it. So now you just run back and build this all the way across as many levels as you're doing. I'd like to point out that while this is an original design of mine, I've since done a bit of research and there are other people that use pretty much the exact same design. It's a relatively popular one. I believe, if I've been told, Etho was one of the first, so credit where credit's due, he did it before me. I'm just demonstrating the application of it. So there we go. The other thing you want to remember, the second you finish the circuit, that you'll get pushed off, and you don't want to risk getting pushed off, so make sure you're being nice and set up here. Now, of course, in my lack of preparation, I have pistons, not sticky pistons, so I'm just going to give myself some slime balls. I'll be sure to delete them from my chest when I get there, because I play legitimate on this server. And we'll go with 2 stacks so we can show everything. The other thing I forgot was my ladders, and you guys don't want to watch me getting them, so now I have them. My pistons are sticky pistons. Sorry about that. And the pistons are going to be pushing the Enderman in, so we place them like this. It takes a little longer to finish each row when you make a tall row, but I think it saves time, which is why I made it this big. The repeaters. So now this is what I was talking about with the build order. If I were to go ahead and put the pressure plates down now, then I would get pushed off, and that would be really annoying. So I'm going to actually put the glass there first, because then I never actually have to step on the live sections. Keep in mind, while you're building, Endermen can spawn up here, and the ones that spawn up here have not fallen, they have full health. So if they hit you, they will hurt you, and nobody likes getting hurt. I also forgot pressure plates. Rather than looking up what pressure plates take, I'll just make them, because I've done that plenty of times. So now I go ahead and place pressure plates. Now remember, the reason I did this is if I were to just stand on these pressure plates, I'm going to get pushed off. And all the way down. The ladders will protect me here. But you don't like to do that, especially when you're trying to do it in a hurry, because you just get stuck everywhere. And some smart placement of the glass on the ends will allow you to get up after you fall like that. And this is the design. Now keep in mind that this level will be knocking them onto those other pressure plates on the other side. So while it will work, it's not really ideal. You want to try to do 2 levels at once. You also just want to have little bits of glass on each side to prevent the Enderman from getting knocked into the glass, or into the side area, and surviving the fall. So that is how you build an Enderman farm. Now, I'm just going to put some half slabs here, and for those who want to stick around, I'll show you how nicely it works for getting experience quickly. Keeping in mind that this is not done, and if I were to add another 4 or 5 levels, it would be extremely efficient, and in my opinion, still one of the best ways to get experience. Again, don't do this if you don't have armor, or enchanted armor, because it will hurt. Apparently it hurts when you have armor too. Fortunately, my server has back on death. And here we go. They're all coming down, and then I can just run through and kill them all. Notice I'm just hitting them with some blocks and cobblestone, not food. and it doesn't help that my buddy's here stealing the experience from me, but it works great. If anyone wants to come play around with this or come play on our server, it's a vanilla server with a couple simple mods, but it plays like vanilla. Check it out. It's imperio.bounceme.net, and you can just shoot me an email to be whitelisted. This is Imperio. Have a great day.